Listen, if you are struggling with motivation, motivation is not the problem. You don't have a motivation problem. You don't have a discipline problem, and you're definitely not lazy. So many people mislabel being lazy, but there is something that you are avoiding. And that one thing that you're avoiding is quietly controlling your life and all the habits and situations that you're currently facing right now. I'm talking about your income, your body, your confidence, and even your future. It's all being shaped by what you refuse. And until you confront it, until you really face it, until you understand how to really figure out how to manage it, it's going to always control you. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that you think that you're lazy. As I said, being lazy is just misdiagnosed. Society, we always try to label laziness as, oh, you're lazy, you just don't have a passion, or you just don't really know what you want to do. No, what it really is they call it lazy because that's the easy way to put it. But being lazy, it doesn't always, really label you as being someone who just can't figure out what they want to do. Really what it is that if you know and you have a passion, but you just can't figure out how to act on it, it's not being lazy. It's really the fact that you just haven't understood the root problem for why you haven't moved forward or really executed on the thing that you love and you have passion about. A lot of us, we get into a complex of analysis paralysis. We tend to overthink. And one of my key, strength is analysis. But sometimes I overanalyze everything. Like we used to say in the Navy, man, you nuking it, bro. You doing too much. But really, you just have to understand that if you continue to avoid the thing that you need to do, you're going to always be uncomfortable. You're going to always be in a situation where you're not moving yourself forward. So what are you really avoiding? The biggest thing that I understand when people are avoiding, it's because of fear of failure. A lot of us, we don't want to look stupid. We don't want to look like we just don't know what we're doing. But I had a quote that I said in another video as well is, embarrassment is a underachieved emotion. So why not go out there and make a fool of yourself? Be embarrassed. Being embarrassed is okay because you're constantly fighting, you're figuring it out. But, if that embarrassment comes with fear, then you're not doing the thing that you really love. You're not okay with the thing you love. But if you love what you're doing, it's okay to be embarrassed because you're figuring it out. And you may not be living up to your living expectation. You may not be living up to your expectations. So if you're not living up to your expectations, you will have that fear of failure. But then also the fear of success. And what comes with the fear of success is that now you have authority. Now you have responsibility. Now you have even more pressure than you've probably had ever in your life because now you're successful. When you're successful, when you have a family, now you have mouths to feed. I got 3 or 4 mouths to feed, but guess what? That's responsibility. And that's what comes with being a man. And that's what comes with being someone who has success. But if you're okay with having, success, then you just have to know that pressure, responsibility, and then also outgrowing people is going to be a big thing. Man, I've outgrew a lot of my friends that I knew growing up. Some of them I'm still cool with, but some of them I just outgrown them. 1, we're in a different city. 2, we have different responsibilities. 3, I'm married. And 4, I don't really like to do some of the things that I used to do as a kid. So if you're in that situation, know that you're going to constantly start to outgrow people. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with outgrowing people. But if you are constantly in a situation where you feel like, man, I need to, figure out how to get out of this environment. I need to figure out how to get away from these people. I just need some new friends. Then you have to understand that it's time to outgrow those people. But then also the 4th thing is that you just lack clarity. If you don't act on what you don't understand, if you don't understand something, that means you just don't understand the clarity. The big thing I've been reading about is this 4 levels of awareness, which is, the last level is conscious unconsciousness, right? Conscious unconsciousness. And that's really the fact that you know exactly what you're doing, but you're not aware of the fact that you're doing. It's like you're on autopilot. But you won't have a lack of clarity when you start to act on something because 1, you understand it, 1, 2, you actually love it. But then 4, you lack belief. What if that doesn't work? That's another reason why people are just lazy. They just don't believe that it will work. But if you love what you do and you start to believe in yourself and you have confidence that you can do something, that lack of belief will start to go away. But the biggest thing that you have to do in order to get belief is, you got to put in reps, man. You got to put in the reps in order to really see yourself shine, in order to really see, the belief to come through. In order to get the belief to come through is that you have to start to act. You have to start to put the reps in. And it really is that, you're not procrastinating. You're just self-protecting. And I think that's a big one for a lot of us. And even for me, a lot of times growing up, I was procrastinating on the things I wanted to do. I was procrastinating on, college. I was procrastinating on, relationships. I was procrastinating on this dream. This dream of being a coach, being a keynote speaker. I procrastinated for 20 years. I've always knew that I wanted to be on stage, the person that had the stage, the person that had the mic, the person that could be able to make a message to move the masses. But I procrastinated a lot of times because I lacked belief. I lacked clarity. I lacked the fear of success. And more importantly, I feared failure. Let's be real. A lot of us, we fear failure. And that's the biggest thing. But this was my realization, right? What I did is I started to talk about a time when, I was really lazy and I was telling myself like, dude, you have a family now. You have things that you have a responsibility, fact forward. If you want to be great, if you want to have a family that you can say, look, man, I'm creating a legacy with this family. What I did is I had to become aware of the habits that I was creating, the habits that I was doing, the habits that were really controlling my life. And if you don't control those habits, it's going to constantly control your life. And when you look at those, you just got to keep it raw and real. Don't over polish it. You have to keep it raw and real with yourself. Like, I want to create a legacy. What do I need to do? I need to start to step forward into the fear of what I'm doing, because in the midst of what I'm doing that I'm fearful of, I'm going to get better. I'm going to have those reps. I'm going to start to build the clarity. I'm going to start to become aware of the things that I really, really want in this world. But it really is that, I wasn't lazy. I was just avoiding the possibility of failing. I was avoiding the possibility of failing. I was avoiding, being embarrassed. I was avoiding not looking right on camera. I was avoiding, what people may say about me. And I was big. I cared too much about what people said. But guess what? None of them people paying my bills. So what does it matter? None of those people that you are afraid to post on social media, they are not paying your bills. Everybody is trying to figure out something. If you look at people on social media and they're posting, they're confident and they're consistent and they have the charisma that you want, guess what? Those people don't care about what people think about them. And there's always a cost. Man, it costs me time. It costs me, potential dollars. It costs me pushing my dream back. It costs me, the opportunity to network and to move around and to be the person I want to be. But the biggest thing is time. We don't know how much time we got in this world. We don't know how much time we have left. So the time that you have on this earth, you have to push forward. Okay. So let's talk about the cost of avoiding. So one is that if you keep avoiding, you're going to have the same habits. You're going to have the same frustrations, and you're going to, you're going to have quiet regret. And that's big, is that a lot of us are in the shell and we know we have regrets, but it's still until you have a life where you're like, man, I don't care about the things that I did. Now I'm moving forward towards this dream, this ultimate goal. One thing I tell you is that once you get success, a lot of people don't even bring up your old past. There may be one or two haters out there, but those people don't even bring up your past. They don't care. It don't matter. It doesn't matter, because now you're successful. But two, also, you just have to face it, right? You can keep avoiding it, but you really have to face it. And I'm going to talk about face it. I'm going to break this down a little bit more in this actual video, but you just have to face it, man. You got to have the growth. You got to have the confidence. And once you build on those things, that's when you start to have momentum towards, really getting past your fears, getting past the life you want. But you have to have confidence and momentum, okay? So Your future is really being built by what you keep ignoring. So let's say that again so you understand. Your future is being built by what you keep ignoring. So if you keep ignoring something, you're moving your life towards a path that you really don't want to live. If you keep avoiding something, then that means your life is just constantly being built on ignorance, on procrastination, on, not the successful life that you want. But if you if you accept and you face the thing that you are ignoring, that's when you can start to relax. You can start to release. You can say, man, I know what it is that I was ignoring. I faced it. I've talked it out. Now it is time to move forward. Now you start to build on a life that you no longer ignore, but now a life that you're passionate about, a life that you really live, right? So let's talk about facing the thing that you're avoiding. And this is how you actually break this down. So when we talk about face it, let's break it down into the acronym, right? So F is find it. What it is that what am I avoiding right now? What is the thing that is really piercing and pulling at your soul that you really need to face right now? A, you acknowledge that fear. You need to name it specifically. Like, don't name it. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Like, go straight to it, and name it specifically. C is that you actually cut it down. Make it into small actions. If it's something that's big, you can start to break it down into small actions. Okay. E, you actually need to, execute anyway. Okay. So you need to move before you feel ready to move. You need to move before you actually feel like it's time to move. And this is big. That's what I always talk about is execution. A lot of us don't like to execute because of what I talked about earlier. Anxiety, fear. They feel like they don't have the money to do things. They feel like they just don't know the right directions to go. But bro, you can do it. Like me starting this YouTube channel. Bro, I got this camera from my wife originally. The camera that I've been filming on for the last 5 years. I got this camera originally for my wife because she said she wanted to do photography. Turn around, she never even used it. So I said, I'm about to get this camera and I'm about to use this thing. I'm about to use this thing. Why would I waste my money? This was like $1,000. But for you, you're probably thinking like, I ain't got $1,000. But again, you don't have to. If you got a cell phone in your hand, prop it up on something and keep working and keep dreaming, and eventually like you'll get a camera. You'll be able to get a Sony. You'll be able to get a tripod. You'll be able to get a good microphone. You'll be able to get those things over years and years and years. And a lot of the stuff that I use right now, I didn't have it, starting out. I got it over years and years and years, time after time, place after place. And you'll get those things. Small actions, man, is always going to destroy big fears. Small steps are always going to be able to break down a big goal. So now it's really time for you to shift your identity, okay? So there is a difference between people who stay stuck and people who change their life, and it's really simple. One group of those people, they're okay with being comfortable, right? They're okay with being who they are, knowing that they have a dream, and that's when they live a life full of regret. We don't want to be regretful. We want to live a life that we absolutely love, a life that we absolutely can cherish, a life that we can say, look, man, at the end of these days, thank you, God. I did everything I said I was going to do. Man, it was tough. It was hard. But man, choose your heart. Which heart do you want to choose? It's hard being poor. It's also hard getting rich. It's hard being fat. It is also hard to get in shape. So which heart do you really want to choose? And you don't need to become a different person. It's all inside of you. Every single thing that you need is already here. It's already here. You just got to grab it, write it down, and start to execute on it. Just got to write it down and start to execute on it. So discipline really starts where avoidance ends. Your discipline towards becoming the person that you want to be is going to start where you start to avoid things. When you stop avoiding things, that's when your discipline is going to start. Okay. So, I make these videos all the time. I'm dropping them a lot more throughout the weeks, throughout the months, and I'm always here to help. I want to be able to help wherever I can. So if you feel like you're avoiding your dream, if you feel like you're lazy, if you feel like you just don't have the motivation to do what you need to do, I want you to click down below and get my book. It's absolutely free. It goes right to your email. It's called Elevate Your Thinking. When you read that, I want you to also schedule a time to meet with me. I would love to speak with you, help you out throughout your coaching, throughout my coaching program, where I help individuals just like you who want to get better, who want to stop avoiding fear, who want to become the man, the woman that they absolutely love and cherish and want to be in this world. And I get it. A lot of us, we just don't know how to do it. A lot of us, we're avoiding. A lot of us you don't have a plan. So it's hard to execute when you don't have a plan. But if you're ready and you want to learn more, I want you to get the free ebook down below. It's going to help you to be able to change your life and really show you how to stop avoiding things. So before you go and do that and get the book, YouTube wants you to watch this video. They recommend you watch this video right here, okay? So if you watch this, you love it, it's more links in there. You can go and grab the book. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.